I was born in and raised in the Midwest, and what I've been seeing in the data lately is something that's personally concerning to me, and I feel like it hasn't been fully covered. And I'd like to really show that in the data so you can make your own informed decisions. So what we're looking at is that we're looking at the 7-day moving average for the total number of new cases for that region. And so what we're looking at is that we broke this out by state. And when we do that, we can sort of take a walk through time. And so if we look back at what was going on in April and May towards the start, it was really New York, New Jersey, sort of the Northeast that was driving that first wave of activity. And then we started to go down, and then we saw that second sort of peak. And that was really driven by the South and the West. And what we're seeing recently is that every region is increasing. But of particular note is the Midwest, which is seeing its localized maximum at this point. And the thing to account for is that this is totals. So this is not per capita, taking into account the population of these regions, where the South has actually way more people. And so if we adjust this per capita, what we start to see is that the Midwest on a per capita level is equivalent to and still rising compared to all these other peaks that we saw before. And so I'd like to drill into the Midwest a little further here. So if we isolate the Midwest and we look at that per capita basis, each state of the Midwest, where are these numbers? What we see is that these totals that we're listing here, so 5% in North Dakota, et cetera, is the total of the area underneath the curve, because we're looking at the 7-day moving average of new cases. And this is the total percentage per capita that is infected or has previously been infected with COVID-19 and tested positive. So, this I think helps paint perhaps a different picture, and one that I think should be alarming and should, hopefully cause some actions to be taken. Because even if we look at this, compared to New York and New Jersey and the Northeast, we can see that these peaks that we saw back in April and May are actually less than what we're seeing currently in North Dakota, South Dakota, Wisconsin. And that's something that we should really keep in mind. It's not the total number, it's the percentage, that per capita, that matters. We can even see Rhode Island is starting to increase as well. And so if we take all of this into account, I'm going to zoom back out here, and we're going to actually look at all 50 states. We're seeing this increase. Every state is starting to increase again. And that's really something, or not every state, but most states are starting to increase here on that per capita level. It's something we really need to try to take action on. And so let me just jump to this last step just to help further illustrate this, and look at this actually mapped. So what does this look like on a map itself? And hopefully this helps paint a little bit of a picture that might be easier to visualize, where we can see those same colors that are mapped per region, and we can see the total percentage of the population that has tested positive for COVID-19. So, 2.3% here in California, all the way up to that 5% that we saw in North Dakota, et cetera. And so as we go through, we can, get a sense for what's going on in this country. And hopefully this data story, helps to illustrate, the current state, and to form your own opinions and make better data-driven decisions about what health mitigation strategies we are adopting. Hopefully that's helpful, and thanks so much.